Hello and welcome back to Deadlock. Today, I wanted to go over a brief itemization guide and some of the, let's say, underrated item combos that I've been running in my matches for the past 700 or so hours of this game that I've been playing since August of last year. And things that I think are really good that maybe people aren't really using. And so, the first one I wanted to start out with, the primary thing for this video is going to be Healbane
Pragmatic,
and
stylish, I love it.
Tesla bullets. And so if you don't know what these two items do, Tesla bullets adds lightning shocks to your gun. And so this procs 30 spirit damage by default. You can make it do more if you really need to, and you will definitely do more spirit damage through Tesla bullets later on throughout the match as your spirit power increases and you buy more spirit items.
How may I be of
Something like
service?
crippling
Generally speaking,
headshot,
putting one in the
spiritual
head is always good
overflow.
advice,
Let's
but
see,
it's
spell
even
slinger.
better advice now.
These items are going to make that do more spirit damage, okay? And if you get something like Mystic Vulnerability,
I don't go selling these to just anyone.
you're also going to end up doing more damage over time. And you'll notice that the cooldown with Spiritual Overflow gets really high. So let's open up the flex slots and get
Your enemies will
Burst
curse
Fire,
your name.
Titanic Magazine. Right, if you're running a gun build like this, you're going to be doing a lot of extra spirit damage through your Tesla bullets, right? This is just a free extra. This is basically equipping Haze's Fixation onto any other hero. Is how good this is. That's how good Tesla bullets is. It's free phase. It's free Haze Fixation for any hero. And of course, it doesn't do the extra bursts like the larger bursts like Haze's Fixation, but it's equivalent. It's kind of an equivalent. And so this is where we get into the next part of what I do with this build. Is I don't see a lot of creators doing this. I don't see a lot of creators A, buying Healbane, or B, buying Tesla bullets, and I definitely don't see creators buy both of them. And so let's see. We probably have to create a creature here. And take control of him.
Things are only gonna get weirder, my friend. May I suggest a gun? A little protection goes a long way.
Make a mimic. Have blast the living shit out of me. And you'll notice we get 40% healing reduction. And so this, I don't know if Healing Nova is affected by healing reduction, but basically, Healbane is going to be constantly procking on you, and that's 40% healing reduction just by like literally just left click, right? Just like that, you know. Just like that. There you go. Two left clicks, and I already lose half of my healing in total, right? That means this is gonna stop healing me as much. I'm gonna take, and that's the thing. This is a big point in a lot of Overwatch kind of content is breakpoints. Is the concept of like breakpoints really? I don't really know how to explain it. I'm not too good on that, but. You know, as the numbers change, the breakpoints of where your abilities can do specific amounts of damage to to kill people basically changes, right? And so it's all hero and matchup dependent, and the health bars in this game are like 2 to 3 times bigger on default, right? Every hero in Deadlock is basically a tank already, so it's hard to explain how Deadlock breakpoints work when, you know, my only reference is Overwatch. You know, I don't play other MOBAs, so what we're going to do is we're going to click on take control, and we're going to buy Tesla bullets next. Not Tesla bullets, toxic bullets, right?
Well, someone's looking to make a
And
statement.
we're going to look for more JK. Healing J. I can't see my keyboard, hold on. It's underneath the blankets because it's so cold in here. Heal. I also can barely see what I'm typing. Healing reduction. So there's actually 2 types of healing reduction in the game right now, and it's healing reduction and healing reduction resistance. So if you want to be able to avoid healing reduction, you're going to need to get healing reduction resistance through healing booster, and you're also going to want debuff resistance. So let's see. Your spirit damage applies healing reduction if an enemy hero dies under the. So Leech is going to take on Healbane, and it's gonna change the 40% down to 60%.
Oh, my
right?
friend.
This combined with toxic bullets and decay, you are going to be fucking people out of their healing. Okay, I'm sorry to be a little crass about it, but this is the kind of build that if you really want your damage and your healing specifically, right? This is already Leech. People are already building this, right? People already like Leech. So you get Leech, you get healing booster, you get Tesla bullets, you get toxic bullets, and you get, mystic vulnerability or escalating exposure, right? You get this kind of build going on. You left click on somebody, and oh gosh, suddenly they're down to 60% healing reduction. And it doesn't matter if they have bullet lifesteal, spirit lifesteal, they have their own leech, they have their own healing booster, because if they aren't running healing reduction, it's going to make it impossible for you to kill them. No, it's going to make it impossible for them to kill you, right? This is she's running, those 6-tier items. We can run this without those. Those are just to make the interaction faster, right? So if we remove...
Swing by anytime.
No, I don't know what that was. We remove everything that's not a necessary component of the build, right? Soul Shredder. Soul Shredder is really good with these. These 2 items, and Spell Slinger headshots especially, are extremely good with those, right? Okay, now we take control. We make a mimic. You'll notice basically the same power level, except for these items. Like, even though he has Healing Nova, Spirit Lifesteal, and Bullet Lifesteal, Leech, and Healing Booster, it's not doing anything. Right? You would have to have a cracked out weapon build in order to not die to this, basically. And so if she hits me with that, suddenly it's over. You're cooked. Your lifesteal isn't doing anything. Okay? And that's a really important thing, is if you might be dying a lot and you might not be understanding why, this might be what you're going up against, right? If somebody's just blasting you and they are absolutely destroying you, this might be why. They might be putting this on you, the decay, they might be hitting you with that leech, that healbane, the Tesla bullets, and the toxic bullets, and you might be getting shreked. And it's as simple as that. There's no amount of extra damage you'll be able to do that's going to actually save you from somebody who's running a build like this. You have no choice but to literally arms race them. Otherwise, your healing is completely negated throughout the match. This tab might as well not even exist. The only thing you'll be using this tab for is debuff remover, maybe these items, and divine barrier in the armors, right? Like, at that point, you're better off. You're better off literally just not playing the game because of how bad this is, right? It's because of how powerful this can be. Right? you would have to be absolutely cracked out of your mind to even be able to burst through this at this rate. And in a matchup against heroes that are at their max level, it's even harder. Because the healing reduction is just a percentage. It doesn't change at all. I can literally just sit here, right, and just hold left click, and this Calico will just absolutely murder.
You're outclassed.
And there's nothing I can do.
I hold myself to the highest standards.
That's how good healing reduction is in this game. And that's the kind of thing I wanted to showcase, right? Is something that I know I don't see a whole lot of creators talking about or, trying. Is if you really want to push your damage over the edge against the enemy team, you need healing reduction because everyone runs healing. Everyone runs lifesteal. Everyone's gonna be running debuff reducer and remover, and this gives 300 extra. This gives 300. Look at that! It gives 300 health by default. So, there's gonna be people if you're playing against Abrams, Shiv. It's just good. It's just good. If you're running against those two heroes, if you aren't running healing reduction, you're throwing your game, and especially because Withering Whip right now is also
Good
good.
luck completing the ritual.
Look at that, look at that. The whole matchup changes now. Okay.
You aren't ready to fight someone like me, Nano.
Withering Whip, because Withering Whip is meta due to Viper, that changes the entire matchup. Healing reduction on Bullet is really powerful. But you gotta remember that Tesla bullets and toxic bullets are only on the bullets. And so, with every hero having their secondary abilities, instead of just
Now go out there and impose
the
your
item,
will.
the gun, my bad, that means that there's gonna be even more ways to apply healing reduction. So, you gotta keep that in mind. Is that there's so many items in this game that it's not just cut and dry. It's not, every interaction is going to be different. Every matchup against every individual playing each different character is going to be different. And healing reduction can fit on any character. Especially because most healing reduction in the game exclusively comes from spirit damage. Even from Tesla.
Now we're even.
Now, another combination I like
bit of the
recently
divine
is going to
right here
be
in
Arcane
your
Surge,
hands.
and it's not really a combination, but it's more of a general play style. It's an evolution of how I've been playing recently. Is Arcane Surge and Kinetic Dash have become really favorable from what I've seen.
Have fun. Get dead.
And Arcane Surge can be really powerful. Kinetic Dash can be really powerful. Any items that actually increase your fire rate like that, like Tesla bullets, are going to be really powerful this patch after the global 10% damage nerf. Weapon.
Die.
Now, of course, not in this scenario against this cracked out Calico, but Arcane Surge is going to pair really well with a lot of really
Look,
powerful
just don't bring any
abilities.
trouble my way, Lash. Okay?
This is not an ability, this is an item. I've been running Arcane Surge on the Kitty Cat actually, which is funny because it's like I thought about this. The Arcane Surge on the Kitty Cat is the least optimal thing you can do with it.
I don't know what that does, but my
Because
kid
it
says all
literally
of
only
it's
buffs
fine.
the duration of the Kitty Cat. Did they really nerf the Calico Kitty Cat? No. interesting. Also, I'm noticing that Arcane Surge apparently buffs Arcane Surge. That's funny. I've been Arcane Surging into the Kitty Cat form, which is just a little silly because it's the least optimal ability to use. Like, what you really want the extra duration of the Kitty Cat when you have a better slash or a better ultimate, or, you know, better gloom bombs really. But even then, it's like still, you know, you're not. There's never a point where Arcane Surge is bad to have anymore. Which is in contrast to last patch, where at least at my rank, I didn't see anyone picking up Arcane Surge or Kinetic Dash if they weren't playing a hero that explicitly needed the extra boost, like to just push themselves over the ledge. So stuff like 7 Ultimate, for example, right? 7 Ultimate with Arcane Surge. Kind of cracked, right? You can send out some mean-ass lightning bolts. You can do a lot of damage, right? This is a level 1 7 going up against a max level Calico right here. I'm cooking her with no items but Arcane Surge. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough to beat, right? That Calico just one-tapped me with fucking Torment Pulse. You know, it's not going to be the thing that makes your character literally broken, but it's going to. Well, you would hope it's not the thing that's going to make your character broken, because that would be bad for the game's balance. But if it was, you know, let's say, you know, if it was, you know, it's not like that would be too bad, you know. Arcane Surge, Tesla Lightning Bolt Ball. Also, here's the actual combo if you're really curious. Arcane Surge, Mystic Slow, any amount of upgrades, right? If you're a hero that does burst damage, improved burst, and Surge of Power, right? That's what we're talking about here. This is a silly build. But look at this fucking lightning ball doing almost 1,000 DPS on one dude. And where's that Calico at? Yeah, she's over here, isn't she? There she is, okay. The Arcane Surge Calico, suddenly she's moving around stuck in there, right? And if you get something like slowing bullets with glass cannon, you're gonna be tearing some people up, and they're not gonna like you. All right, I've had a lot of people not like me in these games recently because I run this kind of build. I run movement slow, I run ability shutdown, and I run healing reduction. It's not the best example in the world compared to an actual live game, but I'm so cold that I literally can't like play outside of my blankets right now. So. But I hope you get the kind of is that instead of playing in a way that's more like flashy and I'm gonna, you know, I'm just gonna 360 no scope him like I'm on Mythica and I'm gonna just shoot everyone in the head and kill them, things like that. Think about playing Deadlock more like a MOBA instead, and using your items to shut down the enemy team.
A little bit of advice. Don't get caught.
You can slow your enemy down, and you can reduce their healing, and you can basically, and this is before we even get to other items like knockdown and silencer, right? You can get really stupid powerful, really stupid. And I think that that's something that a lot of people may not be getting, is that
A new era is coming.
because guns were so powerful, there was kind of like no reason to explore the items as like this. And this is what I've been doing, right? This is how I've been playing. I've been exploring the items like that, right? You'll note that I've been very particular about not really using the build system and not adhering to it, because it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense match to match to be sticking yourself to a left to right, you know, pattern of playing when there are so many good item combinations that exist, or so many like fundamental things about how the items actually work that it's almost silly to sit here and be like, oh yeah, I just don't think about it kind of thing. You know, I just sit here and I just run the build. You know, no offense to you if you are somebody like that, but you know, we have all this opportunity here. You know, we should take advantage of it sometime. You know, right now, knockdown, withering good, you know, really powerful because of a specific hero that's been added to the game. And so, to fight that hero, healing reduction, right? Healing reduction, movement slow, the whole 9 yards, it's really good against them too. You know.
And this is what success looks like.
Okay, sorry. It's so cold in here that I just lose my train of thought and I lose what I'm talking about. I know what we're doing and I know the premise of this. I just want to play the game, really. I don't really want to make a content about it. You know? I just want to have fun, bruh. I just want to put the clips in the bag. 11,000. Like, that's a lot of damage to be doing with a storm cloud and a lightning bolt. You know, that's a pretty substantial amount of damage. You know, if you fight default dudes, you're gonna be farming them left and right. See? It's no joke. It's a little bit of a joke, but you're cooking. You know, you're cooking. You get that arcane surge, you get that mystic slow, and you get that slowing pull. It's under 3 seconds of focus fire from you and the rest of your team. They're cooked. They're dead. They can't do anything. And this combined with Torment Pulse can sometimes really be, right, you see a lot of Mo and Krill's building Torment Pulse, but you know why? It's because if you're going to be up in their face, you might as well have that extra bit of damage. Torment Pulse is going to be that item, right? And of course, Arcane Surge, I'm pretty sure. No? Does Arcane Surge not buff Torment Pulse? Let's see. 74? 75. Oh, well, I guess it's negligible on how much better Arcane Surge. But most items don't make, you know, if Torment Pulse actually got buffed by like a significant amount from any items, it would be even crazy. That's already saying that, you know, Torment Pulse applies Mystic Slow, it applies Suppressor, it applies, you know, Mystic Vulnerability, it applies fucking Heal Bane, right? So it pairs well with Leech and Healing Booster. You heal yourself off of this,
At least 30%.
right? And if you get cooldown reduction, of course.
7 is their nightmare made flesh.
Torment Pulse does not work with Cool Burst. I tried it. It does not. You can't do that. Right. Get all this junk out of here. Let's get cooldown. It doesn't. It depends on your hero what you should be getting cooldown on. So now we're ticking a lot sooner. And after you grab casting buff and the Rejuvenator, it's also going to go up. Well, maybe not the Rejuvenator, but the Urn definitely. If you there's a way to spawn an Urn. I just don't know if I really feel like doing all that right now because I'm not on the main map. But you can get all sorts of cooldown reduction, like Enchanter's Barrier. I've been building Enchanter's Barrier a lot just for cooldown reduction, just so I can have a fast Torment Pulse. There's target
that
range.
up.
It's also faster. Yeah. Huh? Maybe. No. Do that. My control A keyboard shortcut's not working. Cool. Let's see if that. Oh. Okay. So these two items also provide cooldown reduction, so you get all that going. And suddenly, right? And this is also, of course, if you get these going, these urns, these gold urns, increase your spirit power. Suddenly, you're torment pulsing like a madman, you know. This is actually why it's important that Calico's kitty cat Ava just got the ability to break boxes, to break breakables in kitty cat form, is because now you can actually farm cooldown reduction consistently as Ava. And so by the end of the match, you should be able to do what I'm doing here. You should be able to actually really successfully torment pulse your enemies, right? So if you're not doing box rotations already, you are left behind. You are going to be left behind in terms of the meta. I've been practicing box rotations since about 400 hours. You know, I have almost all of the boxes memorized in the map. I know where to find them. So it's really important that you, when you have spare time, you know, when you're not farming jungle and when you're not pushing lane, that you actually go and you go get your boxes for your permanent buffs, right? Because these used to not be permanent at one point. You got to consider that these buffs used to be timed buffs, so you should be going and you should be getting them because they are huge value. They are insane value. If they are 1 to 2%, up to 4%, 5% kind of thing, right? You should be going and you should be getting them. I'm 2-tapping this Abrams right now. That's insane. Look at that. They literally keep respawning and dying instantly to torment pulse. That's how broken this is if you're like, we only grab like a handful of these things. If you're actually consistently grabbing these throughout the match, it's gonna be way faster. They literally can't even respawn fast enough. Hold on. And you gotta keep in mind, Torment Pulse does not hit one target at a time. Torment Pulse hits multiple targets at a time. Why are you spawning with so little health? Right. I've also been trying to run point blank with Torment Pulse, but I don't think it does it. It's such a small example that we put in here. But this is get our torment pulse out.
You're not gonna regret
Get our
that.
cooldown reduction out. Get our spirit out and our escalating exposure. Our mystic slow.
Pragmatic,
Healing
stylish,
reduction.
I love it.
Our Enchanter's barrier. Fuck it, get the debuff remover. Why not? Close quarters. Headhunter. No.
It's
Close
brutal out
quarters.
there, huh?
We'll do Hunter's aura. Point blank. You know. I think it's spiritual overflow. Cooldown reduction. Diviner's Kevlar,
if
right?
I
You're
was
rocking this. I've been
hypothetically
rocking
trying
this.
to summon an elder god in a convoluted attempt.
This is how good Torment pulls can be. Is it can literally be the difference between you doing damage and not doing damage, right? If you're not taking urns, taking these things and the actual urn, if you're not, you know, building properly, and you're not, you know, if all you do in lane is literally just sit there and shoot minions all game, you're the most boring person alive. I'm sorry, you know, I'm sorry. You deserve to be enlightened by the true power of spirit items and vitality items, because build the right combination of things and you can go from just being a gun guy to being more than just a gun guy, because you can build this on any hero. The gun items are what you want to build differently depending on your hero, but Tesla bullets, toxic bullets, headhunter maybe, point blank maybe, right? Those are some good items. You gotta realize that it's dependent on what your match is. If you need more healing reduction throughout the match, go with more healing reduction. You need spirit items, go with the spirit items, right? You need to cancel people's abilities, go with the items that cancel people's abilities. And I promise, it's gonna go better than if you just build gun and build gun and build gun and you just solo it down all day, every day. You will find this game can be so much more engaging and so much more fun when you actually utilize the items in a way to your advantage. You know, you don't have to play according to other people's rules. You can just build whatever it is you want to build, and that's even to say you don't have to build the Tesla bullets, the toxic bullets, the heal building, and all that, because everyone's going to be playing differently, right? I oftentimes don't build a lot of healing items myself because of my knowledge, my intrinsic knowledge of healing reduction. Sometimes I don't build healing at all, and that's a completely valid way to play the game. Because if people are going to run healing reduction, well, you might as well not even run it anyway. You might as well focus on doing as much damage as you possibly can before you're cooked, right? And if you can get your healing reduction off on them faster than they can get it off on you, well, that's important. It's all about the arms race. And that's, I think, what we're kind of hitting the dots. And I hope that you've enjoyed, because I am done. See you later. See you in the next stream, next video, whatever. And peace out.